Help, Bella? So, here's a video on, now she's going to talk. Here's the video on the 3D printed floppy drive mounting brackets. So you see they have this little detail here. And here's an original I found. They're kind of hard to come by. So the original's metal, right? It's got these little flanges. And then here's the repo. And so what happened on this one is that little flange, let's see if we can, I'm just kind of winging it as usual. That little flange broke off here. And as a result, the floppy drive wouldn't eject. So I'm doing 3 systems for Daniel. I've got new old stock floppy drives. But I think what we may need to do is the guys that are doing the 3D models, I think if we make this whole flange thicker, it'll help with it, having such weak points. Because if you look on the edge, it becomes brittle, and that's kind of a weak point where it's prone to break. And I've got several of these where they're, we could try different composites and maybe even see if we could make them out of metal. The problem with the originals is a lot of the original floppy drives, for whatever reason, when companies would recycle them, they take the floppy drives out with the mounting brackets, and the same with the hard drives. So the originals are hard to find. Fortunately, we've got guys that are really good with 3D models. I actually tried to super glue that little piece back that broke off on this one, and it didn't hold. So, there's probably a better glue that would work. At any rate, I didn't feel right about sending out, even if the super glue would have held a bracket that had a piece glued on. So I'm going to talk to my 3D modeling printing guys and see if we can figure that out. Anybody out there that may have a suggestion on how to improve that, please let me know, as we're just trying to restore all these beloved Next systems. And I've got these nice ones here for Daniel. So we've got the new blue Austrian caps, we've got new RAM, and then I'm hooking them up with these Zulu 2.0, the new cards, and then I've got a custom bracket here, and then I'm just using Velcro to mount it to the bracket, which I think will work fine. Then I've got the nice little 50-pin data cable, which powers them up, so you don't actually need to use the Molex 4-pin. So just thought I'd show you what's going on with the floppy mounting brackets. And stay tuned. I'm going to fire up this turbo color here shortly. And so this station is good to go. It checks out. Going to put the lid on it, make sure that the floppy ejects, and then we'll go from there. Thank you, Daniel, for your patience on everything. Just kind of wanted to show you the progress. Also, here's your NeXTcube motherboard that you sent me that was having issues. So you can see we recapped it with those nice Austrian caps. I put 64 megs of RAM, new RAM in it for you as well. And I thought you might just want me to leave it on there, and then we could, figure out if we could just add it to the invoice rather than pulling it and then you using RAM. It's known, tested, good. And if it isn't broke, don't fix it, right? So I'm going to include this with the stations. I won't charge you for any of the tech stuff or the caps. So that being said, let me continue with this project, and I should be able to box everything up and hopefully get it out tomorrow for you. Been a busy week. Stay tuned.